What's up, Mofus? Welcome to Patch Notes. Overwatch 2 community manager Andy B has come in with some patch notes here for us to read, and we're going to be adjusting the tier list as according to our preferences. Now, we've played a few more ranked games, and as of the previous Overwatch 2 video, we were Silver 5. We're back down to Bronze 5, baby, so you know that this is high-quality patch notes commentary, and we're going to be correcting our tier list as we go. So, first, nerf. I believe all of these are nerfs. We're going to be looking at Sombra here. Hackability lockout duration reduced from 1.75 to 1.5 seconds. So, the amount of time that you don't get to use your abilities is shorter by 0.25 seconds. Not bad. Not bad nerf. That's a good nerf. Hacked enemies are no longer valid targets for hacking for the duration of the effect, so you can't be perma-hacked by Sombra. Good. Tracer buff. Lucio buff. Yay. Hacked damage multiplier reduced from 40 to 25%. Sombra is dead. Not really. It's a huge damage nerf to hack targets. It's a big deal, and it is going to change her position in the tier list. Let's take a look here. Now, a couple things have already changed, okay, because a couple things were omitted in the original tier list video. First things first, Torbjorn has moved to D tier from F tier. Someone in the comments was very keen to remind me that the turret is better than Torbjorn. And I was thinking more along the lines of Torbjorn's gun is super bad, but his ult is pretty good at zoning. His turret in bronze isn't the worst thing in the world, so he moves up to D tier. Second thing, Bastion is moved from F tier to B tier, because it occurred to me that Bastion was not in the game for a couple weeks, at least in competitive, maybe in any form, because of his ultimate being busted broken, which I did mention, but it didn't occur to me then that I literally, even in the tier list video, I was like, I haven't seen Bastion in a single comp game. It's because he was disabled. I don't play DPS, I don't play Bastion, so my bad. Echo was not on the tier list that I made originally. She just did not appear. She wasn't one of the options, and I didn't notice. She's okay. She deals damage. She's a precision hero. Whatever. Her ult is cracked out of her mind. You can have a 2-tank team, i.e. you can have 2 Zaryas, probably. Or a Zarya and a D.Va, which is pretty good. So, C tier, S tier when she becomes an S tier hero. So, Sombra is moving to, I'm going to say here, B tier. She's still not worthless. Her EMP is amazing. If the enemy has a Zenyatta, he goes down to like 50 health. It's a very good ability. Hacking is still valuable. Getting into the backline, disrupting, taking health packs away. All the stuff that she can do is really good. She's just not as good at assassinating someone and then getting out of there. It just takes a few more bullets, you know? So, she's still not worthless. She's not worthless. She's still valuable, is what I mean. Okay. Moving on to Genji. Mr. Genji, the other S tier DPS character. Genji's ammo is reduced by 6, and his damage is reduced by from 29 to 27. Now, from what I can gather, this is the killer for the Genji mains, because his burst potential, he could right-click twice and melee, and that's a 200 damage, right? So you're killing squishies with that much damage. You can't do that anymore. This little difference across 6 shurikens equals 12? No. 18? No. Yes. 12 damage. That's the difference. Anyway, so the burst potential is lessened by 1 burst. You have to throw another shuriken, which takes more time. I don't know if it's insane nerf? I don't think so. So Genji moves from S to A. Probably put him below Junkrat. I think Junkrat in bronze, we're looking at a pretty good Junkrat. I might start playing Junkrat in comp because I'm enjoying the hero. He's one of my most played. I have a good time with him. Zarya. Barrier duration reduced from 2.5 to 2 seconds. Now we're looking at this is what I needed. Obviously, we don't get a damage nerf, but this is really good because her barrier lasts so long, and I always think it's going to end before it does. So I'm always shooting it because I think it's going to be gone, and I want to deal damage to her. And so giving me 0.5 seconds grace to start shooting her sooner is really awesome. And her cooldown is increased by a second, which also is good. It ruins her tempo a little bit. She's not permanently invincible. I think that will be very, very strong for her. I think she's, obviously her damage is still really strong, so should she still get to 100 charge, she's going to be exactly the same. So I think we're going to move her to the bottom of S tier. I think it helps a lot. She'll die a lot more. I just don't think it's going to impact her that much. We shall see. Diva, fusion cannon spread increased from 3.5 to 3.75. So her main fire is getting a little bit wider. She's going to be even worse at long range, maybe a little bit worse even in mid range. Booster impact damage increased by 10. This is for like those one-shot combos, and I mean, Diva's still really strong. I think she might still be up here. We're looking at the tanks in the S tier, boys. The top 4 heroes are all tanks. Roadhog, I think this is actually incorrect. We're gonna do this. I think Moira's. I don't want to just constantly change the tier list, but I do realize that opinions change and morph, and what I see and what I play, that's gonna change things. Coalescence is the best freaking thing in the world. Do you know how much it heals people? It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. My boy Baptiste is actually insane. And Brig is not. So we're going to be moving those characters around a little bit there. Next up, Kiriko. This is the one that is annoying people. This is the one that's getting people miffed, maybe. Swift step invulnerability duration reduced. So when she uses her Suzu, she gives everybody invulnerability. Apparently, she also gives invulnerability when she TPs. I didn't even know that. So here she is losing almost half of that time that she's invulnerable when she TPs to a teammate, and great. I didn't know. So she gets a nerf. It doesn't move her down or up a tier, but I am going to move her below Ana because Nano Boost. And Reaper also probably moves up, actually, because Reaper is Pog, and play of the game ultimates are pretty good, especially with 5 heroes in the team. You got to reevaluate all that sort of stuff. So that's the general consensus. Let's take a quick look at the community. What are people saying? General discussion. No surge or nerfs. Patch in 3 weeks. Balance is dead. What are you smoking? Kiriko got a random nerf. Doom remains the worst hero in the game. Incorrect, actually. In bronze. And to top it off all... yeah, okay. So this guy says the game is going to 100% die if this is how frequently they're going to patch. I think this has some credence to it, actually. If they're going to be patching this infrequent, it does... It reminds me of Destiny 2, okay? Or Destiny 1, for heaven's sake. The patch notes were insane. So slow. And so that's a serious problem, which I do agree. And Sojourn needs a nerf to her charge shot. I think that's true. It's pretty cracked. I don't want to see all of the DPS characters in B and C tier, which is where most of them are, and some in D tier. Oh, of course, there are more DPS heroes than any other class, so they can be all across the board, but I would like there to be one S tier besides tanks. You know, we don't even have an S tier support. So this is the current tier list. I think it's a little bit more balanced now. We only have 3 S tiers, and if we're being honest, Zarya might not even be S tier. We'll have to see how the nerfs come through. Sigma, yes, is S tier. In bronze, keep in mind, everyone, that this is the bronze tier list. I was silver, but not when I recorded that video, and I'm bronze again. So yeah, we're looking at nerfs to 5 heroes here. No buffs. Nerfing across the board, and they moved a couple of the S tier heroes out of the S tier. 2 of them didn't move at all. Zarya moved to the bottom of S tier. Diva now is the best hero in the game. She's pretty good. Baptiste moved up. Torbjorn moved up. Bastion moved into B tier. It's all good. It's all fine and good. Thank you guys for watching. I will continue to update the tier list as the tiers demand, as the patch notes demand. And we'll see how things go on our journey from bronze to silver, and so on. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe we'll hit platinum by the end of 2023. Who can say? Maybe I won't be playing Overwatch in 2 months. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So, this is the tier list we're working with right now. See you guys in bronze. Pick these heroes. Don't pick these heroes. And I'll see you in the next patch notes. Goodbye.